Hey guys, what's going on? It's Corrupt, and who else besides me is psyched for the 5th episode of Improving Your Game Season 2? This is like the 15th episode, and this is one that everybody's been asking in the comments about, and I purposely made it last so that the anticipation would almost kill you guys, but hopefully you're still alive, because otherwise I'll get less views, and less comments, and less likes, and less dislikes. Less dislikes is perfectly fine. But anyway, this is going to be the episode on the assault rifles. So, in Call of Duty, submachine guns and assault rifles are pretty much everybody's cup of tea. These are, you know, the ones that are pretty much the most reliable. I find the assault rifles are the most reliable, more reliable than the submachine guns, even though I like using submachine guns more. That's just a personal preference thing. And a quick note here, I'm using the Type 95, as I'm sure everybody can tell, and I'm using it with the heartbeat sensor and rapid fire, mainly because I'm trying to get a gold, or at this point I was trying to get a gold, so I was just using a bunch of different attachments on it. But, yeah, anyway. So let's just jump right into this. Considering the assault rifles are the most reliable, you guys are going to want to use these the most. And one of the things that I gotta stress is they are the most reliable. So use the one that you're the best with. Damage-wise, the CM901 is one of the strongest. But that thing's got so much recoil, I would never use that if I'm in a situation where I'm looking for reliability. Because its recoil is crazy. But some people can use the CM901 really, really well. I was playing with a kid today. He was swapping between the ACR and the CM901, and he was beasting. I ended up picking him up later, and you guys will see him in some of my later gameplays. Because we got like 4 solid games in a row that I'm probably going to be uploading. But, you know, it's really a personal preference thing. Personally, I like the ACR, I like the SCAR, I like the Type 95, I like the MK14. You know, those are my main ones. But let's jump in. I want to talk strictly about the guns. As far as attachments go, guys, red dot sights and silencers are pretty much going to be what you're going to want to use on these. Depending on if you can deal with the sights, silencers are probably going to be the best choice. Some people, you know, use attachments, slap both on, and certain guns I'll have recommendations for. But I'm not going to go over every gun. I'm only going to go over a couple. The first one I want to go over is the M16. This is probably the most underused of the assault rifles, with the exception of like the FAD because it's the last one. And it's pretty bad, you know, I give it that. But a lot of people don't give it a chance. If you actually use the M16 enough to get rapid fire on it, and then you use like red dot sight and rapid fire, and maybe run marksman on that, the M16 is actually an insanely good gun. You can pretty much use it like the Type 95, get 1 bursts the majority of the time, and when you don't get the 1 burst, you'll be getting 2 bursts. A lot of people don't realize that though. They just, like, when they pick it up, usually people aren't using it with rapid fire, so they end up picking up this crappy gun, and I completely understand where you guys are coming from. Totally understand. It's not that good when you're just using it straight off the bat. It's really not. But I do want to recommend that you guys maybe pull out the M16, get it up to weapon level 11 or 12, whatever it is, give it a try with rapid fire, maybe 1 or 2 games, and if you still don't like it, okay. And also a quick note, I didn't notice this for the remainder of this game, but you actually can't shoot Predator missiles or Reapers through those windows. They're just there for show. You actually can't. But anyway, the next one I want to talk about would be the FAD. The FAD, a lot of people don't give enough credit, and a lot of people give too much credit. The FAD, pretty much what it is it's this really high rate of fire, weak gun. I love its rate of fire. It's freaking beautiful. People don't realize it. It's pretty much the FAMAS from Black Ops. It's just the FAMAS from Black Ops. It really isn't that good in this game compared to the other guns. It's got a high rate of fire, fairly low recoil, and easily manageable recoil, and low damage. That is the FAMAS, guys. So for people that love Black Ops, the FAD is probably going to be like really good for you. You guys are probably going to really enjoy that gun. It plays a lot. If you play with it a lot like you played Black Ops, then you'll actually do extremely well. So I would recommend you guys give that a try, only if you like Black Ops. I mean, if that wasn't your game, you probably won't like the FAD. It's a Black Ops styled gun. You know, it's French, so it probably isn't even that good to begin with. And yeah. So next on the list would be the CM901. Once again, a fully automatic, low rate of fire, extremely high damage. If you guys look at Modern Warfare 2, the M16 and the FAMAS from Modern Warfare 2 were essentially the same gun. One of them, except one of them was a 3-burst, one of them was a 2-burst. The M16 was a 2-burst. But the M16 had higher damage for each bullet, and the FAMAS had less damage. If you hit all the bullets in the burst, it did the same amount of damage. They pretty much had the same recoil. You know, their attachments were similar and all that. So when you look at it, they're pretty much the same gun. But I preferred the FAMAS because it was weaker, but had more bullets. A lot of people preferred the M16. If you guys were that M16 user that just wants that pure power in your hands, but maybe you're not a burst fire user, you want a full auto, so you wouldn't use the Type 95, or you just don't want to be a noob, whip out the CM901. It's a great weapon. It really is. It's just strong. It's really strong. Yeah, it has a lot of recoil, but you guys can use it. If you guys can handle that recoil, it's a great weapon. Especially if you burst fire it. It's a gun that you can easily burst fire, which a lot of guns in this game are not. But for that gun, I would also recommend a red dot sight. I really didn't like its sights. That, or at least a silencer to help lower the recoil. That's that. And on the FAD, I forgot to mention these. On the FAD, I love the red dot sight and the silencer, and I think I mentioned the M16 already. You know that, I love the rapid fire on it. Anyway, next up on the list is the MK14. This is one of the guns that confuses me the most, and only for one reason. It has a rapid fire attachment. Now, my trigger finger is extremely hot. It is like a really good trigger finger, okay? Like, people like go to sleep at night thinking, wow, I wish I had Corrupt's trigger finger. Well, probably not, that'd be creepy. But anyway, what happens with this with the MK14 is the rapid fire attachment, it just makes your trigger more sensitive, so if you don't have a good trigger finger, then maybe use it, but it doesn't make the rounds per minute increase. It still has a maximum rounds per minute that you can use with it. You know, there's still a limit. You can't just beast mode with it for no reason. You know, it won't make it like unlimited, so you can use modded controllers or anything. There is a limit. And a lot of people don't get that. A lot of people have some trouble understanding that. They think rapid fire will help them out, but unless you got a really crappy trigger finger, rapid fire is really not that good. I love using it with either a red dot sight or a suppressor, mainly a suppressor, and either impact or focus. And you can pick people off anywhere. Just slap marksman on that. It's a great weapon. I use it on my Stinger missile class, mainly because like when you're using a Stinger, you're usually in like the back corner of the map or somewhere, or like hiding somewhere, and then, you know, suppressed MK14, just pick people off. It's a really good gun. I would recommend you guys give that a shot. And now, I'm sure you guys are expecting this. The last one I want to talk about is the Type 95. The Type 95 is a great gun. It's the most overpowered gun in the game. They did nerf it, and I can tell that it's been nerfed within my recent use with it, but it's still the most overpowered gun in the game. It's really, really powerful. It's really, really, really quick to fire, and it's extremely accurate. The Type 95 is just one of those guns where if you want to do well, use it, and you can. Pretty much, what I would recommend on it is any of the attachments, with the exception of some of the weird optical sights like the ACOG and thermal and things. You slap any like red dot, silencer, anything on it, you can do well with it. My personal favorite is using the attachments proficiency and using rapid fire and suppressor. I've adjusted myself to the iron sights, so I can use them pretty well. Slap marksman on, and I do just fine. But what some other people will like doing is using focus, because part of what they did to nerf it was they made it so that the Type 95 had a lot like oh, I thought that was where I died. No, I died like right up here. Anyway, but the Type there. The Type 95 is one of those guns where like if you get shot while using it, the gun bounces a lot. So if you're not using attachments, I would really recommend focus. Anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this commentary. As far as weapon proficiencies goes, that all comes down to personal preference. But I hope you guys enjoyed this game. I went 32-1 in this. I was really close to a Moab, but a lot of my kills were from the kill streaks, so I never actually got it. But you know, I was pretty close. It was probably like 24, 23 or something. But yeah, guys, if you liked the video, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know how I did. And yeah, guys, peace out.